ready?
Yep. I already recorded. We're going.
Alrighty. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to an episode of the Peanut Gallery. And we're here with some special guests tonight. We've got Mr. MoonKnight himself. Or, sorry, I can't say Mr. MoonKnight. You just got to say MoonKnight, a.k.a. Geeky Fresh, baby.
Oh, what's going on, y'all?
Just having a little chat. Matt, I don't know if we're going to cut that first part out. That was funny. But Mr. Reaction over here, Major Reaction.
What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Reaction coming at you. I'll probably put that in the end for everybody who stays around and listens that long.
For everybody out there, what's your ASL? Let us know.
What's your ASL?
We'll share it with everybody online.
This is going in the OF.
Oh man, let's actually start off with Geeky, just like because you haven't been on for the other episodes. Just recapping what you think so far. Like we're 4 episodes in. Are you liking the series? Not liking the series? I just want to get his take real quick on it.
First of all, how you been? Let's start like
yeah. It actually has been like a year since we've had him on.
Oh man, I've been great. Just working. This last we just came back from spring break. And I didn't go to work on Monday. I was like not ready to go back. I was like, I'm good.
Need one more day.
Came back to work and I've been literally doing nothing for like hours. So like I would literally disappear from my duties, which is nothing, and go in my car and go to sleep. And then come back at the end of the day and like do the bare minimum because the teachers don't need me.
So you want me to leave that part in or cut that? I don't know.
No, they're not gonna watch this. And by the time they figure it out, it's too late.
All right. I'll be gone.
I'll be teaching in my own class by then, hopefully.
I'll be a different personality by then. I won't be Gary. I'll be Mike. I'll be Mike Grant.
Yeah, but it's been good, man. Good collecting. Man, it's just so much going on, so much going on in the collecting world.
Man, it's crazy over there. A lot of pre-orders are hitting all at the same time.
One thing I want to say too is check out Geeky's MoonKnight shots that he's been taking recently. You've been fucking killing it, dude. So
fire.
People definitely got to go check those out.
I've been trying. I had a surge of creativity and it just disappeared. I don't know. It's kind of hard to shoot MoonKnight for some reason.
You did such a good job though. Like him by the solo shots you took of him, and then the ones you did with Spidey too. That was just like
I like the team up shots of him and
I had a very ambitious Spider-Man MoonKnight like shot that I just could not pull off, and I got so distraught about it that I didn't do anything else because I wanted to do it so badly, but it's just like even with the space that I have. Being in my own apartment, I don't have the stuff that I needed.
The resources.
Shit, whatever. I'll just leave it be. I might do some more solo MoonKnight shots though.
Put a pin in it. Come back to it later.
Where'd you get your opposable cape from, by the way?
Oh, GPS lot, baby. Dang.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna hit him up then. Because that looks good, dude. That looks good.
It's good. It's really
that
good.
looks. I mean, because the Mezco ones have terrible capes, so I need to get something to replace those.
It's like those vinyl, ugly vinyl leather. Like yeah,
it's kind of like that though, but for some reason,
yours has bendy wire in there and stuff.
It has bendy wire.
Yeah, see, that's better.
That's the bendy wire. I don't think the Mezco ones have any bendy wire, do they?
It just shoots really well
before they start doing
that camera because of that sheen.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a hard figure to shoot, like kind of sometimes with how white it is, It
is.
Sometimes the white figures are really hard to shoot because they just give the glare off all the time. No matter how you hit them with the light, you got to be super soft with it,
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it's fun though. It's fun.
No, I mean you made them look great. So, anyways, let's go ahead and talk about MoonKnight now. Gary, go for it.
Yeah, this is the Peanut Gallery, Matt. No, it's like
MoonKnight.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
What can I say about MoonKnight? I had very little expectations for this show, to be honest with you, and so far it's been a thrill ride every episode, and I enjoy it. I pretty much enjoy it more than Hawkeye. That is for sure. Even though I liked it, I felt like Hawkeye was more like a slice of life, where here's like an action adventure. We get to go to all these different locations, and we get to see. And on top of that, I feel like they do an amazing job depicting Mark's personalities and
Oh,
how
for sure.
people around him are like, what? Like, how are you two, especially with Layla? So how she's like, I'm looking for Mark, and I'm glad that she kind of got on board with it, like after a while, and didn't like, what's the word I'm looking for? She didn't like, haha, you stop playing around with me, Mark. You where are you? Like you're not this Steven person. Like that's how she was in the beginning, but she began to accept the fact that this man has multiple personalities, and this is really good. It's a really good show. I never would have thought we'd get a Moon Knight series this great.
And you know what's crazy is that I love that you bring up Layla, because in this episode, you can definitely see there's tension between them. Like there's chemistry building between the Steven personality and persona, and Layla. I mean, they even kiss, and you can see she's conflicted. She's all like, "You're the body of my husband, but you're not my husband. Is it cheating? Is it not cheating?"
At the
It's like,
same
what the
time,
hell?
she's like, I can kind of get away with this, so it's kind of
Yeah,
exciting.
a two for one.
Sorry, I'll just be like, oh, I thought it was you, Mark. My bad. It looked just like you.
No, but they did a pretty good job though. I mean, like you could see, and you could tell that there's tension there, and she was conflicted about it, which was beautifully done.
And it is cool, like Geeky said, to where you see them interact with where she interacts with the two different personalities. She has different interactions with both personalities. Like with Steven, he's charming, and she's starting to kind of like, she likes his geeky side and his everything he knows, all his knowledge, how he's so smart. She likes that, and like, but she likes something else about Mark. She likes how whatever she likes about Mark. We don't really completely 100% understand that yet, I don't think, because we don't really know where their relationship stems from. But she has her reasons for why she likes Mark. You know what I mean? So
he's a bad boy. He's dangerous.
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. Yeah, the fact that he can kind of take on anything. Like she doesn't have to be scared when she's around him.
All women like a bad boy. That's just facts.
I like also how they show that because when I was in school, I took like a basic psych class, and we talked about multiple personality disorder. And I remember my professor saying like, yeah, a person with multiple personality disorder can literally be two different people. Like it's not just a mental thing. It's actually, it affects them physically too. And he mentioned that there was a case in which a person had an allergy. I don't know if it was like a peanut allergy. I think it was like a bee allergy in the case study that we looked at. And his other personality, when he got stung by a bee, it did not affect him.
That's crazy. I just always refer back to Split. They did an amazing job depicting that. And then what was it, Class, when they kind of like went into it a little bit more, like when they were depicting and saying like one of them was insulin dependent, like one of them was type 1 diabetic, insulin dependent, and they're like, but that's the only personality that needs it. So it's like, that's fucking wild. The mind over matter.
Like in that Identity movie, I know I keep referencing this movie every week, but it has so many like, parallels, not perpendiculars. It has so many parallels to it. Like with Identity, each of the personalities has their own, subset of things that, like you said, one could have cancer and the other one could be completely fine. You know what I mean? In some weird way. Like, I don't know how that works, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I mess with this, so it's getting all the thumbs up for me so far.
One thing that stuck out to me this episode was the kind of the creepy, gross goblin, whatever the hell thing that was. I don't know. It was disgusting. The fact that it was like leaping around, and it seemed like it previously dismembered and took out like everything. Like it just mummified somebody basically, and it had all of the little jars filled with like different
with guts
body
and stuff.
parts. Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? And then the fact that it got squished and it still kept on coming, and then it did like the whole entire I'm gonna try to kill you with like the bones, protruding out of the skin. That was like gross
Yeah.
as hell. I was just like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, they tapped
That
into the
thing's
horror element.
yeah. I'm liking it, man. I really am enjoying that we're getting a lot more of the blood and guts in this, like from the MCU, because we don't get a lot of that. I mean, if we're being completely honest, we don't. So
No,
it's kind of nice.
we most definitely don't.
There's that more adult, more gritty part of the MCU, which is nice. And we were kind of like wondering if we were ever going to get that. This is just giving me hope for stuff like maybe we will get, John Bernthal back or another iteration of Punisher, Deadpool. Even I mean, people said they're going to Disneyfy it. Well, I mean, if they're going to show blood and guts and people getting shot, it isn't that Disney. Then I mean, it's kind of more worldish, like real worldish, which is nice.
I figured Disney would tap into like the mature element, like since they've acquired all those Netflix shows anyway. The moment they ask you like, "Hey, is this cool that we add these mature shows into the library?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, this is good. This is good."
Well,
yeah, they give me hope.
We have to give credit where credit's due. We have to thank the Eternals for starting to mature the MCU by showing the so that is what pushed forward the MCU's grittiness, in my opinion. Definitely the Eternals. So
that wasn't just a joke. That wasn't just a joke. I thought you were just joking.
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
But that did happen. But okay,
Yeah.
one thing I found interesting was, did you guys notice how many of the gods had been banished and turned to stone?
Dude, that was wild.
There was at least 10 of them.
30. No, I looked like 30 of them.
30.
Yeah, there was.
I only counted like 10.
Nah, bro.
It started opening up wider and wider.
There was it got bigger and bigger, and there was like it went like deep too.
Damn, they had a whole DTOF on, like a couple DTOFs worth.
That's what it seemed like. Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Collecting their gods.
Yeah, because it seemed like there was like one every shelf. So like the way that it was depicted is it was like one shelf lit up, and then like there was like just maybe like a black stone carrying it or whatever, and then another one, and then black stone, and then another one. It was like 3 tall. Like
all I need is 3.
Then,
I need Ra, Obelisk, and Slifer, and we're good to go. Those are the only gods.
All right, so we doing Yu-Gi-Oh now?
Yes, I'll banish them all to the Shadow Realm.
One thing is, do you think that's maybe why? Remember how Mark was all like, "Oh, there's supposed to be 13 gods. There's only 9 on this."
Well, yeah, he said there was some missing and stuff, but the Ennead is only 9 gods, though.
Is that what it is? Okay.
9. So, but he's saying that like there's gods that should be part of the Ennead that weren't there. You know what I mean? Like you're missing a couple gods. You know?
Yeah.
But then also we also see that the gods don't look upon each other as equals all the time. You know, as with any class of gods, they all have. You have your your Zeuses, then you have your kids right below him, and then you have your demigods and stuff like that. Right. So there's always like these classes and subclasses to any god system. So
yeah,
I think there was an Easter egg of Bast there too.
Was there
in the previous episode?
The Panther.
Yeah,
that's
Bast is part of that, or Risha's, and I think she's like cousins to Khonshu.
Brother. Wait, is it cousin? I thought it was brothers. I thought they were brother and sister.
I thought they were cousins.
I'm pretty sure brother and sister.
Okay,
and
so
then,
they're relatives for sure. So
yeah,
but yeah,
and then you have Secton or whatever, and that's like the bad version of Hathor, and she's cousin to Khonshu too.
What was the Easter egg?
Sekhmet.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, Sekhmet. I remember Sekhmet.
And Sekhmet's in Wakanda too. Sekhmet crosses over into the Wakandan lore and stuff too.
Yeah, I remember Sekhmet from. I don't know if you guys played this fighting game called Skullgirls. No,
was that the Japanese one?
No, it's actually American. It just looks Japanese. It's like a waifu fighter, sort of like Bloody Melt, but it's really cool. One of the characters, she has like I guess she's partnered off with the blood god Sekhmet, and her whole design is like Egyptian and stuff like that. I can't remember her name, but she was one of my favorite characters, and then it was pretty cool. I was like, oh yeah, Sekhmet. So when you said that, that just reminded me of that.
I think I was thinking about rival schools.
No, it's an indie game.
I'll tell you what though, like I started questioning everything in this episode. Like when, so I mean, spoilers. If you're listening to this, you should have already watched it by now. But anyways, you know, Arthur Harrow and Mark Spector, they're facing off like on top of like the sarcophagus or tomb, whatever the case may be. And Arthur Harrow's like, "Yo, give me the scarab, or else, or give me the," because he has the little rock thing of
the totem, basically.
Yeah, the totem. There we go, totem. Hand it over, or else. And fucking, of course he doesn't, so he fucking shoots him. And when he shoots him, rather than just dying, it's almost like he's falling into like a limbo. And he wakes up
too.
Yeah, it just he wakes up in an institution, a mental institution, and literally all the characters, background characters, the primary B, C, whatever, just everybody's been a part of the show somehow, some way, a goon, whatever. And it's like everything's all white and it's a mental institution. That blew my fucking mind. And I was like, wait, is this really happening in his fucking head? Or what? I was questioning it, but we kind of get our answer towards the end. But how did you guys feel with all that going on?
Started feeling like it was Legion. Like I was watching Legion all over again. I was like, well, I'm not.
I never watched that show.
Now I'm gonna watch it. If it's like this, I gotta watch it now.
Oh, Legion's crazier.
Really?
Yeah. Legion has they bust out into like dance numbers. There's like Aubrey, I think it's what's her name, Aubrey Plaza, just being a complete fucking weirdo. She goes from being hella cool to being like a creep to being like a fucking straight Satan. Like it's crazy, dude. That show is nuts. I only watched the first season, but I heard the second season is pretty trippy too. So if you guys haven't checked out Legion, I would say check that out too. There's not really action per se. It's more of a psychological type of mindfuck type of show. But if you're into that kind of stuff, you'll love it. It'll be right up your alley.
I'm gonna check that shit out then.
And it's all about Xavier's son. So there's something worth it.
Man, I thought the ending, just that whole sequence was, it felt like we were definitely getting into the comic book finally, because it felt like it was finally where we're getting away from the cookie cutter MCU formula that they've always done, and going back to how WandaVision was in the very first 3 episodes. Well, it didn't feel like an MCU show. It felt like something other, with MCU characters. And then the fact that as comic book nerds as us, we know that Mark Spector, he has mental issues and multiple personalities. And even though they depict it in an action adventure way, you kind of want to get that psychological thriller, because the comic book is very much like a psychological thriller, right? So when we got to the part, I was sitting there with my mouth open, what is happening right now? This shit right here is out of control. And we start seeing all the characters that we've seen from the beginning to the end, the cops, what's her name? The lady that he doesn't like. I forgot her name. She was
Donna, something like that.
Something like that. She's an asshole. I didn't like
Pretty
her.
Sure Donna.
Hated her. I hated her.
Made sense. But what I also like the fact that this episode raised more questions again for the next episode, because
for sure,
going into it even further, when Mark wakes up, it's Mark and he's saying, "Where's Steven? Steven," he's looking for Steven. And when he gets Steven, when he runs away and gets Steven and get him out of the sarcophagus, there was another sarcophagus, right, that was banging to get out.
Yes. Okay. And yeah.
I was like, that's the other personality from the last episode.
That's the Lockley or Langley, whatever personality, right?
Well,
I mean,
people. I heard some weird speculation, rumor type of thing. Don't take it.
Ooh, no, let's hear it. Let's hear it. I haven't heard
that the third personality might actually be Bushmaster.
Bushmaster.
Like the guy who, like, remember how his partner is Bushmaster in the comics and he kills him?
Hold on, I think that there's two different characters, Bushmaster and Bushman. That's two different dudes.
Maybe I meant to say Bushman, but anyways.
Yeah, because
Okay,
Bushmaster is from Luke
sorry.
Cage, bro.
I didn't mean to say Bushmaster. I meant Bushman.
I was about
Anyways,
to be like,
He's a
he
black
about to
man?
get his.
someone was speculating
He
that.
identifies himself as a black man.
Sorry, somebody was
I was
speculating.
about to say, oh, they're
He's
gonna
Robert Downey
open up a
Jr.,
can
okay?
of worms.
All right.
They're
It works only one
gonna
time
be
for
in
Tropic
trouble.
Thunder, okay?
But
But
that
no.
would make a lot of sense, though, right? Like if he was Bushman, because
Yes,
according to the
Bushman.
story that he told Layla, Bushman was greedy, he was ruthless, he gave no cares whatsoever, right? Whoever's in the way, they're gonna get rid of him. And remember that episode, that scene from the last episode when he was like, "Was that you, Steven? Steven, what have you done?" And he was like, Steven's like, "Yo, I don't, you know me, I don't do this."
It's you, Mark. What the fuck?
He's like, "It was you, Mark." Mark is like, "Well, this was not me.
I did not do
Who
that.
was it?" Right? So for him to be Bushman would make a lot of sense, like taking on his personality traits and creating a whole different savagery. That would be cool. I'm waiting. I can't wait for the reveal.
Because Jake Lockley in the books, he's more of an information getter. He's a cabbie. He's like street smart, but he's not like a sadistic murderer. So that's why people are kind of thinking that maybe it's going to end up being the Bushman personality. But I think that's still weird because, like, I like the idea that Bushman was his partner. But I guess if he's already been fucked up to begin with and he has these multiple personalities, that might be something he did that, then he locked away that personality or tried to.
Damn. Then that means that maybe he's the one who killed Layla's dad.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Right?
Jeez.
Don't take that with a big grain of salt, though, because that's a big jump. That's a big jump right there, but it's a possibility.
No, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility when you're dealing with multiple personalities,
especially a personality that you don't know his whereabouts or what they're doing.
It'd be a great twist.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it that way. I took his word. I took his word. When he said he did not do it, I was like, I believe you, Mark.
Yeah, for real. So cool because he's lovable.
I believe you, Mark.
But also, like, I don't know, Khonshu could have its own personality too. Like, Khonshu could have enough control to where he has his own personality.
That's what I was wondering about. I was like, what if it's really Khonshu doing all that shit, like killing people?
Because Harrow did say that Khonshu is like a liar and stuff like that, so he could easily be lying, and just saying, I don't have any control over you, other than the fact that, like, you're going to work for me because otherwise, I'm going to use the next person as my avatar. But who knows if he can even pick and choose his avatar? How do we know that it's even how it works? He might just get flung into a different body or something,
Right.
Because Harrow, obviously, he like rejected Harrow or found a way to get, or Harrow found a way to get. Harrow didn't want to not be his, avatar. So obviously, Khonshu found a way to get free of Harrow or something, or decided to change his avatar or something.
It sounds like Harrow, like, basically, what was I gonna say? It sounded like Harrow was just like he wanted to be. He wanted to do the stuff that he loved it. Basically, he loved dealing out justice on Khonshu's behalf, but he just felt some type of way about his justice. Like, man, this shit's too slow. I'm sorry. Like, why do I got to get my hands dirty and get all crazy when there's another god or goddess who do the same stuff but quicker?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, before people can even have a chance to be bad, you can just kill them right off the bat.
Like, oh, we know in 5 years from now you're gonna blow up a building. And
but the thing is, though, like, look at his group of people that he has around him. They're all like killers and mercenaries and stuff. So, like, maybe the god's just picking and choosing who it wants. Like, and it's only choosing people for what it has worth. Because all the people that it's killed so far have been elderly people, sick-looking people that, like, probably don't have any value in its army.
Probably.
Because everybody that we've seen him turn to, like, that he's sucked the life out of has been the old lady. We saw him suck up old lady. That was the first person that we saw him. And the homeless man in the street sucked him up too. Sucking them all up, dude.
There's a lot of sucking going on.
Harrow will be doing all the sucking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but it seems like he's like only killing people that he maybe doesn't have a use for in his army or whatever he wants to do.
My whole entire thing is like, yo, if something's gonna happen 5 years from now, like, there's definitely steps that could be taken to make sure that person
Prevent it.
doesn't. Yeah, exactly,
Like if she knows something bad's gonna happen, why not prevent it?
exactly.
It's
And stop it from happening.
It's just like the old like Thanos theory. Like Thanos, like if you have the power to half the universe because of this resources, can you just increase the resources? I don't know.
You could, but he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to. He was like, this
Yeah.
is easier.
Yep, exactly. It's easier to kill than to, give and make more.
Because you have to keep making more over and over and over again. Like, you snap once, that's it.
Snap once every couple million years and everything is good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the whole feed a fish guy thing. Like if you give a guy a fish, he don't learn to fish. But if you teach him to fish, well, if you just nuke the pond, he won't ever have any food. So screw it.
All right. So, what are the predictions for the next episode or two?
Well, the
One
next
thing I
episode has to
want
be
is more
off the
suit.
wall.
Off the wall. What
The
are
next
you
episode has
talking
to
about?
be, because every the second to last episode is always the big giant everything happens, and then the last episode is the resolution. So we might get a little more of a roller coaster at the end of the next episode, of the sixth episode, but then it'll be all conclusion. So I think episode 5 is where shit's gonna really hit the fan.
Okay, I can see that.
I think we're gonna get some secrets revealed here in the next episode.
What about you, Gigi?
Judging from the very last scene, I feel like we're gonna finally see more of the gods as themselves, because that hippo was either it's the avatar or it's the goddess herself from that girl that helped him from the last episode. So I was like, oh, snaps, and then it ended. I I know, right? I was like, what? I expect the whole psychological portion of it would be like less than like 20 minutes, and then we jump right back into the action because people are already complaining like he's not in the suit enough. It's like, well, I mean, you don't need to be in the suit all the time. You can't be MoonKnight in the morning.
I must be the only person who doesn't like when he's in the suit, I swear, because everybody always says main complaint is like, we don't get enough MoonKnight. And I'm like, dude, whenever he's MoonKnight, it's all CGI. Like, I'd rather see him fight, like, I don't know.
Is the suit CGI?
I don't know, but everything seems CGI. Like, the movement seems very CGI. It all looks very rubbery and just like, I don't know.
Matt doesn't like it.
Oh.
They need to put more money into that. They need to hit some, like, Mandalorian levels.
I don't mind it. I like it. I like what I'm getting. But Matt, I don't know. He's hard to please.
Yeah, the only episode that bothered me was when they were being chased down the hill. All that shit looked awful.
that was terrible.
I was like,
it was.
In the ice cream truck?
Dave and Buster ride is this? Like, I think better at Dave and Buster's, but all right.
Are you talking about in the ice cream truck?
With the cupcake. Because remember,
you
saw
cupcakes
okay. in the psych ward, they were eating cupcakes.
Yeah,
that's a callback to the cupcake truck.
See, I gotta rewatch that psych ward scene because there's a lot going on.
I watched it twice, man. Because like the first time I was just like, yo, my mind is blown right now. What the fuck is going on? I wasn't fully paying attention. So I was like, I gotta watch this shit again. So I immediately restarted the episode and watched it again. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
This is the first episode I didn't get a chance to watch twice, so I kind of messed up there because I've been watching the episodes twice to get like kind of the feel for everything. This is the one that had a lot of stuff packed in, and I just I wasn't able to get it twice.
Yeah, I only watched it once, so I'm kind of watching it again with Gil in the background. But
that's one thing I try to do, man. Is like so like if anybody's watching, they also get the episode behind us as well. So
except for most of the action happens in the last like 20 minutes in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, with Layla, we got Layla do get some action and able to fight off that. It's they're supposed to be Egyptian priests of some sort.
Really?
Yeah.
Gross.
This scene right here, where I was honestly geeking out, literally, because I don't like history, but I like Egyptian history. And
me too.
When he mentioned Alexander the Great in his lost tomb, and like Macedonian text and stuff like that. I was like, the moment he said, "Wait a minute, the text is Macedonian," I was like, "Huh? Who was an Egyptian pharaoh who wasn't an Egyptian?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, it was Alexander." I was like geeking out. So I had one of those moments.
See, that part was throwing me off because I really thought they were gonna make it be King the Conqueror. Like it was gonna be his Egyptian form.
Dope.
Oh shit!
I thought it was gonna be what's the guy's name? The king's name.
Jonathan Majors?
Well, yeah, not Jonathan, though, not the actor.
Oh,
but he takes on an Egyptian pharaoh when he like in some point.
Amen. No, it's not Amen Ra, is it?
It's
no.
Amenhotep or Amenhotep.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But anyways, but that would be a Richards, though. It wouldn't be. It would be
a king,
Richards, a future Richards, which would be a king too, though. It would be a king.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting. I was like, oh, here we go. And there's an Alexander the Great. I was like, what the fuck? Alexander the Great? That was not what I was expecting at all. Okay.
The moment he said Macedonian, I knew it was like it had to be Alexander the Great.
I just thought it was going to be King because it was like King like predates everything. And I know Macedonian was like, ahead of its time for what it was like in Sumerian and stuff. Like there's certain cultures that were like ahead of their time. So like I figured it was going to be one of those type of the deals.
Yeah.
Threw me for a loop.
Now, I mean, it was good to see Steven in his element. I mean, not element, as in his element. Looking at all the stuff, solving all the riddles, and being that guy in the moment. Oh, did you guys see the meme where it's old as and not outdated, but I'm really over that Will Smith meme. But it was it was a picture of MoonKnight. And MoonKnight is dressed as Steven, basically Steven as MoonKnight, and he's looking at a picture of Layla. He was like, "Oh my gosh, Layla is so lovely." And then like, what's his name? Mark says, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." He punched him.
I didn't see that. I gotta watch.
I don't think I see that one.
I'll find it for you. I was dying.
I'm right there with you, though. I've been over that shit too. But that one
made the meme relevant again.
The funny part is like I saw that meme before I saw the episode, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
And you're like, "Oh damn!"
I was laughing.
You're probably expecting it to actually happen in the show too. Oh, you're like, "Oh, is he gonna slap him?"
He punched him in the face.
He made him punch himself. That was hilarious. Oh my god, I laughed out loud when I saw that part. I don't know.
It was like he had enough strength just to punch himself in the face.
Looked like it hurt too.
Oh man, so what you gonna do, buddy? Huh? You're out of the element, Steven. Let me in. I need the body back. I love how Mark talks to Steven. It's like, you're out of the element. You can't do this. He underestimates Steven all the time. And then when Steven gets his little time to shine, it's really nice. But
hopefully we'll see a lot more of that in the next episode too. I mean, we saw him powerless this whole episode, so
yeah, we have, and it was nice seeing them both on screen at the same time. I wasn't expecting that.
Not at all. That was a huge surprise. Hopefully we get a bit more of that in the next episode, like you were saying, like maybe the first 20 minutes, and then it goes to the action and everything else going back. But I think this is a good place to end it, folks. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we talked it to death already.
We're going to do a huge recap episode just so everybody, if they're staying along with us as the episodes come out. Episode 6, all the guests are going to be coming back. So, Geeky, we'll see you back in 2 weeks to join us back on the cast, and then we'll talk about...
I got to come back now?
Right? We'll just talk about the recap, the last episode 5 and 6, and what we think overall as a series. So, yeah. Geeky, if you want to let them know where they could keep up with you at.
Oh, you guys can find me on Instagram at GeekyFr3sh. Just replace all the E's with 3's. Give me that lead speak. I'm trying to do some more MoonKnight stuff, but I believe Kev from the Enablers, he has like this cool little contest or art thing going on, toy photography wise, where it's like MCU inspired shots. So I've been playing around with MCU Deadpool and Cable, and I'm thinking of some like funny stuff with those two, and Logan. This figure is so underrated. I don't care if it's Toy Talk. I know, I'm sorry, but This figure is so underrated. I hate the wrist, but it looks so good.
No, I've been wanting that one. That's pretty nice. I haven't ever seen them in the wild though.
No, I think this was this wasn't the Amazon one.
I'm just afraid to get one where he's like where the everything's off. I'm pretty sure there's one where like the,
like
the
his beard is
sideburns are
like
all off and shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Looks like Liv Schreiber instead of freaking Wolverine.
The best one.
That one's
Yeah,
pretty
see,
awesome.
that looks
too.
good. That looks good.
So yeah, doing some toy photography stuff. Catch me on Instagram.
Geeky F baby, please say the baby. And Major?
You guys know where to find me, Major Reaction _IG on Instagram. Check out the YouTube, Major Reaction. Been putting up a lot of shorts over there, so check those out. One of them I put up got over 1,000 views in like a day. It was pretty cool because I haven't had that like kind of traction on a video in a while. Not since I interviewed Jason from Spiro Toys, which we're looking forward to doing here pretty soon. So I think he said once the pre-production comes in. I think he said once the pre-production stuff starts coming in, he's going to come back on with us and talk about some stuff. So look forward to that. And yeah, check out all the other shows, great shows on the Geek Out Show feed and the Geek Out Network on YouTube. Check out 3 Bros 1 Show. They just put up a new anime special today, so that was awesome. I got a chance to listen to that. It gets really low halfway through, though, so you need to fix that audio next time there, Gil. But very good episode.
My audio or whose audio?
I don't know. I think it was your brother's. Yeah, you can't control them. I got it. But
Nothing I can do
check out the other
that,
good shows over there, too. What Did I Order with Heath? That's always a great listen. And check out the Coffee Bean with Carl. You know, he keeps coming through with some new episodes too. So check out all the good stuff over there. Gil, where can we find you?
Black Hole Comics, all social media, and YouTube. Later.
Well, that was a mouthful, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Adios. Microsoft chat boards, dude. Like that's the
the AOL chat rooms back in the day. ASL, what's up?
Oh man.
Good
I
old
always have to
days.
think of what that meant. Like even when I would use it so often, I'd still have to think about it sometimes. I'd be like, wait, what again?
It was just something that was already established. Like you didn't know what it meant, but it was like, okay, I know A was for age, S was for sex, L was like what?
Location.
Oh, location. I still did. See, I'm 32 years old when I found that out. Location. Okay, gotcha. Like, do they mean land or what?
Today years old.
What land are you from?
Now my hands smell like garlic.
All right,
Yeah,
y'all ready?
I washed them so they wouldn't. Now they smell like it again.